when they talked about in the report, they had these areas, these categories, about what they think it could be, air clutter and what have you, and then it going down, it could be this, it could be that, it could be the Russians or Chinese. Look, I've studied Russian and Chinese high technology for my whole career. These UAPs or whatever the hell they are, I mean, we call them UAPs, we really don't know what they are. They're not Russian and they're not Chinese and they're definitely not ours. They're just not. That leaves nothing left except they're something else. And what that something else is, I don't know. I was on TV a couple of weeks ago and I called it, I was prodded by the producer. I said, say something, say something. And I called it a non-human technology. And I guess that's the best way I can go. But I don't think science right now has the ability to look at this in a way that they want to look at it, and it's not their fault. And it's because there's no reliability here, there's no predictability here. This phenomenon plays with us, it teases us, it cajoles us, it gets close, but you can't get too close to it. Sometimes it appears to people up close and personal, other times it doesn't. But if you notice with the Navy, I mean, what is it actually saying? I mean, are they trying to communicate with us, or are they basically just trying to affect us socioculturally? When you talked earlier about cattle mutilations, hell yeah, cattle mutilations are real. Don't really know what's happening with them. But when you look at what the real effect of that is, is all of us sitting here and looking at that. And all of a sudden, our cultural norms and social norms, things change. Things change. And I know Jacques Vallée talks about this quite a bit, and I'm a huge fan of his. Are they here to basically change us? Are they more of a control mechanism? And the answer is that we don't know. We have tons of questions, zero answers. I think science has a huge way ahead of them. I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult. But I don't think we have any options except to investigate this. But it's clearly not human.
And Kurt,
not human as we know it. Yes, but nevertheless, it has to be looked at. The military and the intelligence community does not ignore that. They will not ignore that. And it's always going to be bubbling up in the background. It may be in some deep black program, some hidden someplace, but I would be shocked and surprised if that isn't what's going on, that we haven't been seriously studying this for the last 70 or 80 years.
Yeah, if nothing
else. There's no way. There's no way. When you look at the Stargate program, that was a direct reaction to Soviet experiments in psychic phenomena. They were doing that. We had to figure out why they were doing that and what they found out. And I can tell you other stories. I mean, crazy technologies you think didn't know exist, but actually do exist. And you find out that other countries are working on them or trying them and what have you. Look, there's a huge national security element in all this too. Right. So, I mean, nobody wants to share this data publicly because, as they say, you tell your friend, you tell your enemy. So a lot of that stuff is hidden. And I don't blame the government for hiding a lot of this stuff either. If there is a true and honest national security problem associated with this.